Welcome to the WAMITS Walk. Together, as we walk a mile in their shoes, the members of One Community, One Family hope to provide an awareness of the real struggles that the homeless population in northern Colorado face each and every day. You will hear from them personally as they too join you on the walk through their words. In the words of Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, if you just learn a single trick, Scout, you'll get along a lot better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside his skin and walk around in it. We at OCOF believe there is power in the voices and the stories you will hear. In listening, there is learning. Learning then leads to action.
What are some of the factors leading you to be in homelessness?
Well, in Indiana, we were homeless for a little bit, but we were couch hopping homeless, not like straight homeless. I would say a lack of a job that was actually able to provide enough money for housing and everything. Towards the end of where I was working last, I was breaking even in gas pretty much. So it's like kind of a waste to work there, you know?
Yeah, weren't quite able to get ahead either.
Yeah,
Any money towards that.
I would say reasons for me being homeless would be lack of mental health in Indiana.
Mental health there.
If you're not mentally helped or stable, then you can't hold a job. We came to Colorado because you guys had better health care than Indiana, and from what we've seen on TV, it was advertised as this is like the greatest place to live on earth.
Yeah, I think they kept the housing prices out of that.
Yeah.
Advertisement, so I'm
did.
not sure if that's effective or not.
We knew we would be homeless when we got here, so we were kind of like looking at the resources and everything, and we were hoping to be, we've been homeless for almost 9 months now here in Colorado.
Wow.
And we were hoping to be in a place sooner, and when we were in the town where we were before, we actually got a place and stuff, but the couple that we had gotten the place with were doing drugs. We didn't realize till after we moved in, so that was a terrible experience.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful. I'm glad you guys aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
So what are some of the agencies that you guys go to?
We go to 137 Homeless Connection here and Loveland. We also go to H&S building.
Oh, the Life Center.
Yeah,
okay. Christina's enrolled in the Angel House program, which is a good program for mothers and things like that, but they do not have a program based for felonies. So
He's
if you have
able
a
to go to
background,
the
you're pretty
day
much
center,
Okay.
You
but
can't do
he
anything.
can't be there
Can't
for the
stay in
night
the shelter.
shelter. So
So Matthew,
crazy.
where are you still staying at 137 then?
No, I live in a tent.
Okay. You've been camping outside.
yeah, his medicine's not quite right to deal with the other people in the shelter.
I don't have enough places to go get away from
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm
Yeah.
like agitated or irritated versus staying in the churches, it's a bigger space. So I've just been doing that.
Okay.
Been steadily seeking mental help, and I've been on medication, and it seems to be doing better. Also, I filed for disability also too, so just waiting on some things.
Okay. You kind of already told me the services that you get from these places. Where do you guys go for food?
Front porch.
Front porch, and then on like the weekends we'll go to the community kitchen for breakfast.
Yeah.
But we don't like to go there for lunch or dinner anymore.
That's Connie.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Hello. You have to come inside. Because we're in an interview.
let's start off here with how do these services assist you in your everyday life?
When we get food from the places.
Yeah.
I like the front porch and the kitchen.
We go to the front porch more often than community kitchen because crowds particularly, and we normally just go to community kitchen for breakfast ourselves, but we know people that go there for every meal available. But Angel House, they are, we're very new to the program, but they're going to help with financial stability and finding a place and learning how to pay back debt and stuff. And even though Matthew can't be a part of the shelter program, he can be a part of that program, the day center program. Yeah. So thankful for that, at least.
And why is it that Matthew can't be a part of the Angel House program?
Because of felonies.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of programs that really are able to help felons to the full extent that are really needed.
Is that a gap that you see in the community?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a gap I see across America.
That's a good point. If these services weren't available or weren't here, what impact would that have on you or your family?
If the services weren't available, well, we probably wouldn't be here because we would starve to death. And the chances of us not being able to survive without being arrested or something else would be slim to none. I don't steal or anything, but I would imagine that would be a very big factor if these kinds of things weren't here.
And we know
because people are going to steal to eat.
Yeah,
you better believe it, they will.
We looked up the programs before we even came here.
Yeah.
But if there was a lack of programs across the state, across the country, then it would be really difficult for people to be able to get back up on their feet, and that's what we want to do.
I believe that's the point that everybody's trying to get to. That there are people still out here that care.
Yeah.
It's very rare these days because all they do is look at all the violence and everything else
and
that a select few homeless do. And
not everyone does the drugs.
No, there are people that are really trying to get up off their feet. Without these programs, that wouldn't be possible at all.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful to have a program eventually that will help felons.
Yeah. I know that we had talked briefly about the reentry initiative, and that's not necessarily a part of this, but did you get on that wait list for a reentry initiative? No. Okay.
I don't think we have yet.
Okay.
I've had pause that.
They could just edit it out.
I've had
Okay. So how do you cope on days that these locations are closed, and then what alternatives are available?
Well, there really isn't. If the library's closed, it leaves a huge gap. The only thing that we have available, most homeless, are the pavilions or the restrooms for parks and stuff like that.
We stay away from the pavilions that the other homeless people go to. There's one that...
They destroyed a toilet.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Which was bad, yeah.
So we go to one that we don't see a lot of people. Like, we have seen, a few other homeless people there.
The places that we go to the pavilions, or we go down to the gas station on First and Taft.
This gas station, they'll let us hang out there forever. We don't have to buy anything.
And it's warm there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I've heard that Walmart allows some people to stay there too, overnight if they're walking and buying stuff and things like that.
Okay.
But
and if you frequent there, one of the other homeless gentlemen, that he's a real cool guy. He'll talk your ear off. He'll tell people, if you go there often and they get to know you, the Burger King and Walmart will give you free food.
Oh, okay.
And so that's a great option for people that go to that side of town
Yeah, that's definitely not around the downtown area. 'Cause where is that Burger King? In the Walmart?
Yeah.
Over on 287?
Oh no, not
Or is
that
it-
one. The one.
Just right here on Denver.
Yeah, on
Okay,
Denver. Yeah.
They both have Burger Kings in them, apparently.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I have no clue. I've only been to the one at 287 like one time, but
Pay attention to it either.
yeah. I ran in just to get propane for a stove. You know,
Yeah.
wanted to keep in the tent.
All right. So what, if any, public transportation is available to reach these sites in inclement weather? And do you use any of those?
Try to use the bus system. I mean, the bus system is not that great here in Loveland, but
It's better than
It's better
where
than
we came
nothing.
from.
Yeah.
And we still ride our bikes.
Oh, you guys got bikes?
Yeah, I'm thankful for it. Like it really stinks when you don't have the bike tools to change the tires and stuff. Like when we first got here, we like constantly had flats. But we're able to get bike tool sets from 137 like slowly, and like not everyone was able to get them.
Yeah.
But they had a few that they were handing out.
That's good.
But it's scary riding the bike. Like Boulder is way more bike friendly than Loveland. It's like half bike friendly here. Like they have bike lanes and stuff, but
That was actually the next question. If you do bike, how bike friendly is Loveland?
yeah.
so
And
it's not super bad. I mean, but it's not super great either.
yeah.
Like trying to get to one place to another. I mean, if you're going to Walmart, that's a still
That's
pretty-
way out of the way. Both of them are way out of the way.
But I am thankful for 8th Street because we go to Summit Stone, and if you go up first and then up Wilson or Taft or whatever, like there's hills. Hills are terrible, but if you go like up 8th Street, it's like a nice slow ascent, so we don't
Instead
have
of a straight incline.
Oh
huh?
gosh, those
Yeah.
inclines to kill.
yeah, especially.
How do you guys stay connected with family, friends, employers, service agencies, or job interviews even? What's your main communication tool, I guess?
Well, Matthew has a phone. I had a phone for a while, but we like canceled the service because it's easier to afford one phone as
Yeah.
opposed to two. I keep a little thing with all the numbers that I need,
Okay.
and I call them as I need them from whatever phone. And then Angel House, since I'm staying there, I have the phone available here. I can't dial out long distance, but I gave it to his mom and my mom, and they still haven't called me, neither of them.
Do you guys stay connected with family?
Yeah, if not that way, then through the library,
Yeah.
Messenger, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
luckily
so
those
thankful
services
for
are
the-
available through there. Yeah, 137.
So thankful for the computer lab at the library. We don't have to, like you can use the computer without having to have a permanent address, and so
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for that.
That's awesome.
But mostly just with his phone, and I'm thankful that we still have that.
So you guys do have a cell phone. Where are the best places to charge the devices?
Library, pavilions.
Oh, the
gas
pavilions
station.
have electricity there?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one we have down there, which I don't know if it's really supposed to be open. Because I heard that they were all supposed to be closed, but the guy leaves it open
Okay.
for the time. I mean, from early in the morning until 10:30 at night.
But yeah, there's a plug-in on the inside in the bathrooms, and then like around the side where the picnic tables and stuff are, there's plug-ins around there,
Yeah.
which aren't always on. There was a while where half of them were on and half of them were off. So, I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know.
All right.
But we charge phones there. Gas station, 137. We've seen people charging like right outside businesses, like if there's a outside wall plug.
Yeah, I've seen folks do that at churches too. Yeah, can you talk about the times where you guys have had to ride and like the longest and like just your every day like to get around? How much you think you probably bike or walk?
There are days where it's been necessary that we had to do like 8 or 10 miles in a day because we've had to go from camp up to downtown to go to 137, get food and all that, then back to camp and to Summit Stone, and then back across town to another doctor appointment at like Sunrise Clinic.
Yeah. And how pregnant are you?
I am having baby tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. That's right. It's Thursday.
I know. I'm so
It's
excited.
Thursday.
So, but when we came here, like we biked from Boulder with a full trailer, taking turns. I was 3-4 months pregnant then. Like, it's been crazy.
You're a beast.
Yeah. I'm definitely, like, a lot of people tell me that I'm small for being pregnant. It's because I get a lot of exercise. And being homeless is a way to get great exercise and stay fit. Like, there's not too many of us that are chunky.
Yeah.
So.
Good point.
Oh.
I've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I did want to make sure to capture that.
You're welcome.
I felt like that was important.
Yeah, I'm glad I.
So, James, tell me, what are the reasons that you are currently going through homelessness?
Well, I actually put myself out here 13 years ago, believe it or not.
Out here in Loveland?
No, out here on the streets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out on the streets. I was like, I had lost my job, a lot of stuff was going on, so I just dipped. Yeah, it was a bad idea. 13 years later, here I am. You know what I mean? Finally making a name for myself.
What happened with your jobs at the time?
I was a drug addict, and I couldn't hold a job very well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was really bad off. I started drinking, a lot more and everything like that. It was a whole lot of different things led to my homelessness, which was about a factor anyway. It was bound to happen regardless of what was going on. So, I just one day I was like, screw it, you know what I mean? I didn't have a job. I was working with my uncle. He wouldn't pay me nothing. So I packed up my stuff, stole a couple things from a roommate like an idiot, because I'm a jerk. You know what I mean? And I dipped. I left Ohio and wound up in Arizona and, a lot of other states over the years. I've been traveling for a long time. I'm a hitchhiker, so, I'm hitchhiking back and forth across.
What's the craziest thing you've seen in the States when you're driving around?
Man, there's so much crap. You just never know.
I'm curious.
Well, one time in Arizona, I could have sworn I seen a flying saucer, so,
Hey,
it's true.
Isn't that where Area 51 is?
No, that's New Mexico.
Oh.
No, I've never been there. Area 51 is actually in Nevada, but Roswell is in New Mexico. But, I haven't been there neither. Roswell? I've never been to Roswell. I always wanted to go there and see, see the alien stuff and people walking around like idiots, you know what I mean? Like Paul.
I don't know if it's quite like Paul. Paul's a different breed of alien.
But, no.
So, what are the agencies that you go to currently?
Oh, basically.
Did it stop? No, it's still going. Sorry about that.
What are the agencies you go to? I usually just go in 137.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just, because it's the easiest thing, because she's got therapy there. You got community action there. You know what I mean? I come here so I can get bus tickets to go to, my doctor's appointments over at Summit Stone, and everything like that, and be able to, get where I need to go, and really I don't ask for too much. I try not, you know what I mean? Because I leave a paper trail anyway, wherever I go. But now it's a lot different because I'm trying to get my SSI, my disability. So it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because I'm stuck in a spot. Might as well do something about it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get my disability and get on my feet as much as possible. Which I probably won't ever leave the streets now.
What makes you say that?
Because I can't live indoors. I don't even like being indoors.
Yeah.
I can't. I get anxious. I get irritable, discontent, just being inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like really stupid, really. I mean, really, everybody should have a home, but I just don't want one. Even if I even if it's paid for, I still don't want it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So what about Salvation Army, or not Salvation Army, the library or community kitchen?
Well,
Go there for stuff?
yeah, I go to the library just to hang out with people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the only reason why is because they hang out. There's really nothing to do here in Loveland. It's a pretty boring town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta either ride your bike, which most times I got a flat, so it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? Or I'm walking it because of other people. Or, you know, you go to the library and chill, or you go to, I've never even been in the rec center yet.
Oh, Chilson?
Yeah,
me
the
neither.
Chilson Center, I haven't been there yet, you know what I mean? But I don't really like going to rec departments unless I'm, using the facilities and stuff.
Yeah. Do you go to community kitchen to eat though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I either go to the community kitchen or I'll go to the front porch.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And when you go to community kitchen, are you usually there for breakfast or lunch or
Breakfast
both?
and lunch, maybe dinner when they
Yeah.
have it. You know what I mean?
What nights are those that they have?
Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. What is this one? What service do you get from those ones? Well, I guess we kind of covered that already as far as because food would be community kitchen or front porch. Shelter would be 137. Do you use the computers over at the library?
No, I don't use computers. I don't use computers, period. I can't stand to fill out applications online. I think it's wrong and it's stupid. So,
Not tech savvy, huh?
I'm not. No. I'm computer illiterate. So, the only thing I know how to look up is movies. And use Google, you know what I mean?
If you ever want, Salvation Army has computer
No, I'm
classes
good.
on Wednesdays.
I'm good
Just
on
throwing
that.
it out there.
No, I'm cool.
All right.
I don't need to know all that. You know what I mean? I'm 45 years old.
Yeah.
So, I'm old enough to know.
Hey, fair enough.
I can use my own phone.
Okay. How do these services assist you in your everyday life?
Well, they're actually pretty good services. No matter what anybody says, no matter how much bad there is, and it talk, it's not really that bad. It's just talk.
Yeah.
The fact that you get clothing, food, shelter, and anything else that they can that's eligible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. H&S, all of them. You know what I mean? They're all really good places to go.
Yeah, because you can get clothing. I've seen, community kitchen put clothes out. I imagine 137 does. Of course, I know.
And H&S, the food thing, the food bank.
Yeah.
They got food bank at H&S too. You know what I mean? It's, there's a lot of help here in Loveland. There really is, man. People just don't see it because they want to complain and blah 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 because they can't do what they want.
Yeah.
Who cares? But you know what I mean. As far as service is concerned, they're really good services here in Loveland.
Good.
Even with disabled resources, stuff like that, man, it's awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean?
That's good to know. Mm-hmm. This next one, I'm not sure if it's going to be applicable to you. It says, is it just you or does your partner or children benefit as well?
No, I don't have any partners.
Any
my
kids?
Partners are friends.
Okay.
And my kids, I have none because I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't need to know about that part of your life, James.
She's looking at me like, "What are you, crazy?"
There's little James is running around.
Yeah, right. We don't need none of those, man. I'm dangerous enough by myself.
James, if these services weren't here, what impact would that have on you?
Oh, well, it probably wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be here, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be in town. I wouldn't be. I'd be someplace else where there are services. I mean, not Fort Collins I'm not going to Fort Collins, man.
Okay.
I wish Longmont actually had the services that Loveland does. That way, I wouldn't have to leave there.
Just like these kind of services, like
Yeah, they don't
Salvation Army and
have
Community
services
Kitchen?
like that. They have the R Center.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
They have the R Center.
So James, how do you cope on days that these locations are closed, and what alternatives are available for you?
After 11:30, there are no alternatives available. because day center's closed. Everything else, you know, it's you got nowhere else to go. Mm-hmm. You know, so basically you're out on the streets for 8 hours because the shelters. Well, actually longer than that because the shelter's only gonna be open a few more days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So basically you got nowhere to go. You know, and after these are closed, you either go to bed or you go and find somebody to hang out with, or you know what I mean. I myself like to go to sleep when the sun goes down, only because you know I'm an old man and we need a rest. But
Bed nice and early, wake up with the birds.
Mm-hmm. But no, I mean I go for bike rides to try to hang out with people. You know, I find something to do where it just occupies the time. You know what I'm saying?
Does 137 have a bike pump or something to fix the bikes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
We have access to tubes. We have access to everything.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. See, there's nothing wrong with 137. I vote Kerry, but you know we can't go there.
Kerry is really nice.
Kerry is awesome.
Yeah.
But you know we're not supposed to go there, so you know. What, if any, public transportation is available to reach these sites in inclement weather? Well, we did when at first they had the overnight shelter. We were going to churches, but people screwed that up.
You guys aren't going to churches no more?
No, we're staying at the 137.
Oh, actually at the building?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, man, people like to ruin a good thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
When it's only one person, but it messes with all of you, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it ruins for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Somebody threw a bunch of stuff down the toilet and caused $2,000 worth of damage. So that was the first time. That was like the umpteenth time when we should have been kicked out a while before that for drugs, violence, you know, just plain everyday crap. You know what I mean? Having weed out the bad people. I mean, not everybody. I don't like to judge people. I'm not a judger of people, except for your actions that I see. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I like to judge. But you know, some of these people are just ignorant, and I mean, they just have no clue. You know what they do when they do it. How many people they actually hurt by their actions? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much, you know, can actually come upon you know, an entire group of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By one person's actions, which is stupid, but it happens every day. Every day we're judged because we're out on the streets. And you don't know who's really out on the streets because the way people dress, stuff like that nowadays, man, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So, you know, just because I look like a bum doesn't mean I am a bum. You know, I don't look at people like everyone. Okay, well, you might as well look at everybody like they're out on the street. You know what I mean? Because it's that, you know, it's like, you know, blaming the homeless for the pollution or something like that. It's retarded. You know, because you can't blame just the homeless for it, but a lot of people do.
Oh, you mean like the trash on the ground and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, you know, Denver, they like to do that.
Well,
even though,
there's people that aren't homeless, I'm pretty sure, that throw more trash.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
People like to make generalizations like that to an entire population.
Well, in some giant, bigger populations are homeless. You know what I mean? Toilets are a big issue, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. You ever heard of Skid Row over in Los Angeles?
Oh, I've been to Skid Row.
No kidding? What was that like?
It was experience.
I've only seen that in the movies.
Yeah, you don't want to go there, believe me.
I believe you.
I mean, really, it's not that bad, but the whole drug part is like incredibly stupid. It's like nobody cares, man. You're just sitting there watching people do all kinds of stupid, silly things, silly stuff.
Don't worry, this is a non-censor needed environment.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't curse too much. I try not to curse too much anyway. You know what I mean?
It's more than I can say for
You
myself.
know, especially if I'm being recorded, so you know it shows that I have a
Don't worry.
halfway intelligent personality.
They're gonna go through it. Don't you fret.
Hopefully it don't cut me off too much. I feel like I'm pretty lively here.
So this one's actually pretty applicable to you. If you bike, how bike friendly is Lovin'? Would you say?
Bike friendly enough to have bike trails and bike trails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, bike friendly. This is a bike friendly town. Even though not everybody rides bikes. You know what I mean? Which more people should. Less traffic.
Yeah, you seem pretty fit.
Oh yeah, I'm I feel old. No, but I mean, really, it's a really, it's a bright, friendly time. The people. You gotta watch. It doesn't matter where you go, man. If you can't ride a bike, stay off a bike. You know what I mean? That's yeah. But Levelland's awesome for bike trail stuff like that. They're building.
You found
new
like
trails.
a lot of bike trails.
Yeah, there's a lot
bike
more than what
lanes and
people
stuff like
think
that?
here. Yeah, there's a
Good.
lot more than what people think here. So it's not too bad on bike trails. The transportation issue ain't too bad neither. You have free tickets. If you don't, it's only $1.25. Well, I wish it was like Longmont where it's free, but it'd be awesome if the bus was free. I'd be on them all day.
That's a little bit different.
Yep.
How do you stay connected with family, friends, employers, service agencies, job interviews?
Well,
What do you do to stay connected with anybody?
I travel.
Is that how you see people?
Yeah, well, no, that's how I, because out here, like over at 137, Amber kept telling me about disabled resources. Resources. So you know what I mean. Finally went over there. He got jacked in with them, and everything. But
Did you talk to Denise or you talk to Vicky?
no, not yet. I haven't talked to Denise yet. I got to make an appointment with her. But
She's the best.
yeah.
Just saying.
But no, mainly I just make appointments and keep them. That's it. I'll travel. I don't, you know what I mean? And just, I ride my bike. Most of it is just, having to make your appointments. If you got appointments to make, you know what I mean? You make your appointments.
I know, you showed up today on time. I can
Well,
tell you how often that doesn't happen.
I believe that on time is 15 minutes early, but, sometimes you can't make that 15 minutes, so you make it as much as possible.
That's a great ethic to have, thank you.
My grandpa.
It's not.
My grandpa.
You are not that old, James.
No, that was my grandpa though. He instilled a lot of work.
Oh,
good
okay.
Work ethics, stuff like
I
that.
thought you were calling yourself a grandpa.
No. I was talking about my grandpa. He instilled a lot into me, where I work ethics, stuff like that. When I do work, I work hard. I make sure that I make an impact. So it's crazy.
Yeah, is that usually with side jobs?
Yeah, mainly. Yeah, I like under the table, because I need to get disability and I can't work anymore. So,
Right.
I can, but it's hard for me to deal with people because I have mental issues now. You know what I mean? They've grown into something worse than just, inner. I get vocal sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What about family or friends? Do you stay connected with them?
I don't do family and friends. I cut out my family.
Oh, okay.
Well, basically, it cut me up. They did me dirty. I'm not looking forward to my mother passing, but when you got something to look forward to, because I can be up the streets. I am capable of being up the streets, especially after my mom passes away. But with that, I want to do more good to other people than I want to do for myself. So I'm going to open up something else besides the 137 that people have. I'm going to do a lot of things that Levelland doesn't have.
That's great.
You know
Well, I
what
look
mean?
forward to that, James.
Yeah.
What about friends?
Friends? I have a lot of friends. I make friends everywhere I go. I'm a likable guy.
Yeah, you're pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
Do you usually connect with those guys like at the library? Or
Yeah.
the streets and stuff?
Yeah, you run into people every day.
Yeah.
If you don't meet somebody new every day, then, it's kind of a waste, isn't it?
Yeah.
Life is, I don't like people that much. I'm not really, because I always like to have my own personal time. You know what I mean? Think and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't get a whole lot of time by myself anymore. People keep asking me, hey man, you want to hang out? You want to hang out? Sure. So I lose a lot of, time in myself, for myself and stuff. And it's kind of hurt me a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm getting over it. So I get over it. Everything's. I'm adaptable.
You're too. All right, I turned this back on. Sorry, we got cut off.
All right.
Can you tell me again how much you think you walk or bike in a day to get to the places you need to every day?
Like I said, I can't believe how much I walk. I walk almost at least 60 miles a day. I'm not going to bull crap it. You know, there's so many miles between blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. You're walking 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles. Even between the library and the kitchen, you're doing a backtrack. You're doing a backtrack. You know what I'm saying? And that adds miles. So no matter what, man, people on the streets guaranteed are doing way more. I told a bunch of people this one time. They were running past me. This is in LA. They were running past me. I'm like, you know, I walk more miles by accident than you guys running an hour.
Running an hour on purpose, too.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, you know, because I walk a lot of miles, man. You know, I'm a hitchhiker, man. I walked from San Diego to Phoenix. It's 376 miles. It took me 10 days to walk that all the way. I didn't get but one ride from police, right? And he dropped me off on the other side of the mountains outside of San Diego.
Oh.
Right outside the state line between Arizona and, yeah.
He just dropped you off there?
Just dropped me out in the middle of the desert, no water. Border Patrol came up, looked at me and said, you all right? I said, yeah. He's, what? Really? Not even offer a bottle of water. You know what I mean?
Just make sure you're alive.
You know, it's like you're dummies. You know, whatever. But yeah, do a lot of walking. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't have a bike, doing a lot of walking, man. You haven't, you know. And like I said, I don't ride my bike a lot. You know, I'm a walker. So, you know what I mean? I don't like to exert a lot of energy because I'm old. I just put that in there.
Yeah, it's like you keep calling yourself old, James.
No, I'm just messing around.
I know.
I know. I mean, I figure I made some, fun of it, in the same process,
Yeah.
You can't just take it all serious and everything. It just doesn't work right.
James, last but not least, what are your dreams and wishes for yourself? Where do you see yourself ending up?
I just want to be alive in the next 10 years, be able to help somebody. I at least want to help one person in my life to where it's going to make a difference. That's it. Just one person.
We're done.
All right.
Thank you.
Can I take your picture?
Again.
Esther, can you tell me what were or are the factors that led you to be in homelessness?
Domestic violence.
Okay. And then what are the agencies that you have gone to or currently go to?
House and Neighborly Services, Salvation Army, Community Kitchen, and the library.
And what services do you get from them?
Oh man. Food, shelter, computer use. It depends on which one I went to, and I still get services from House and Neighborly Services.
Okay. And then how do these services assist you in your everyday life?
They assist me with,
Okay.
These services assisted me in my everyday life by giving me somewhere to go, somebody to help me with the challenges that I was going through in my everyday life.
Okay. And then how did it benefit your children?
It benefited them with a safe place to be and a happy environment to be in as well.
And if that service wasn't here, what impact would that have had on you and your family at the time when you were still homeless?
We wouldn't have had anywhere to go. We would have had to stay in our car, or I'm not sure what would have happened to us, but it has really helped us thrive.
Okay. Since you were in the OCOF program, can you just kind of give me a quick blurb about how that assisted you?
Yeah.
Or how that currently assists you if you're still involved with those folks?
Yeah, they helped me get all of my furnishings for my apartment, and they actually became my community friends after the program was over. I'm still in contact with the majority of them now.
That's awesome. If you were still going through homelessness, what would you have done on the days where those locations where you got food or shelter, if they were closed, and what alternatives would you have had to use?
I'm not sure what I would have done if those alternatives were closed. I probably would have just gone without or got what I needed for my children and myself gone without so that would have lasted longer for my children.
I'm glad you didn't have to do that then.
Yeah.
What, if any, public transportation is available to reach these sites, especially in inclement weather?
I'm not sure which. I think they're all open during inclement weather, but they don't run on Sunday, and that's tough.
That's good to know. How do you stay connected with family, friends, employers, service agencies, job places? How do you just stay connected with those kind of places?
The workforce takes messages. I think House and Neighborly takes messages, and then 137 takes messages.
All right, and then what about family? Do you stay connected with family?
Yeah.
And how do you do that?
I also have a cell phone.
Oh, good. Friends too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you have a cell phone, now this was obviously back when you were going through homelessness, but where did you find the best places to charge your phone at?
Either at H&S or the library.
Okay. When you didn't have transportation, how much do you think you walked or biked in a day to get to the places that you need every day?
All day. I don't know how much, really, like a distance. Because you go from one side of town to the other depending on what's open and what's not open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to put a number on it, how many miles do you think you would have gone on, like, the longest one possible?
Maybe like 5, like the distance in between the longest place I've had to walk.
Yeah, well, just the longest day where you had to walk, probably the most.
Probably like 5 miles.
Okay.
I would say.
And then last but not least, what are your dreams and wishes for yourself and your family?
My dreams and wishes for my family are for me to finish school and for my kids to go to college.
That's great. Thank you. Jess, can you tell me what were or are the factors that led you to be in homelessness?
I feel like it was a bunch of events that led to that. One of them being a broken leg and having to move, and problems with my kids, an unsuitable apartment, getting evicted against my, was out of my control, I feel.
What was the cause of the eviction? Do you remember?
My autistic son was playing with shaving cream outside, and I guess prior to that would have been yelling and whatnot, which is normal, I think, for kids, but yeah.
Usually. What are the agencies that you go to in the area?
I've used Salvation Army, Housing of Neighborly Services. Matthew's house isn't in this area, but
Yeah, we're familiar with them.
yeah.
What do you use those agencies for?
I get food at House and Neighborly Services. Salvation Army, I've gotten like the bus. They'll give you a couple Flex and a couple Colt buses.
Have you ever gotten food there too?
I have got food there a couple
Okay.
times.
The kids
Yeah,
packs?
kids
or-
packs.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
What else? House and Neighborly Services I use a lot, and there's also rental help. Then that's maybe family to family. The one that's upstairs, I don't know. I use them for. I see them a couple months.
Neighbor to neighbor.
Neighbor to
That's
neighbor.
what you're talking about
Yeah.
up there in the Life Center.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Life Center is managed by H&S.
Yeah.
But it's actually a whole separate organization.
Yeah. They also in the same building. You can go in and fill out information to get a rebate for paying utilities for the last year.
Well, really?
Yeah.
We
So
need
I'll
to
be
probably
doing that
look
soon
at
too.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get that information?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you ever used rental assistance at Salvation Army?
Oh yeah. I have used rental assistance once so far.
Okay.
I feel like I've maybe needed to use it a couple times, but ended up being okay and not having to use it.
Oh, awesome. So if you needed to, you could still actually.
Absolutely.
You
I
still
know
go
how to
there.
do it. Yep. Got
Okay.
the number in my phone.
We talked about the services that you get from there. What about the library? Have you ever used the library?
I spent a lot of time in the library when I was homeless, just charging my phone and trying to stay connected and looking for jobs and having somewhere to hang out too.
Awesome.
It's been pretty cold, so
Okay.
yeah.
we kind of talked about what these services do for you in your everyday life. How do they benefit your children or your family as a whole?
I feel like having the support to like budget and learn how to food shop and, you know, having somebody lead, kind of stand next to me and lead, keep me accountable, I guess, has been really beneficial. And of course, my kids are going to benefit from that as well.
Yeah, with the housing, they get to stay in the house. And
They get to,
with the
they get to
food,
live
they
and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and having the financial help has allowed me to spend less time trying to worry about finances and more time trying to worry about their mental health, which has been really good. And now I'm ready to worry more about finances.
Do you feel that their mental health has improved since they've been able to be here and
Absolutely,
be stable?
because mine has improved, and so they're not feeling my stress as much. Cameron doesn't hurt Allison like he used to. You know, we get along a lot better. Everyone in a whole is much happier.
Okay. What do you feel OCOF has been able to do, like as far as our organization?
Well, it's the financial help, the budgeting, the keeping accountable. Really, the budgeting or the financial help has been. I've never had a minute to just be like, I can be home in the morning, in the afternoon, and the weekends with my kids. I have never been able to do that, so that's been nice.
That's awesome. How do you cope on the days that these locations are enclosed? It's probably a little bit easier for you to get on a bus potentially and go to these places, but if you needed food and the food bank was closed, or actually I should say H&S, if H&S was closed and you weren't able to.
I mean, I just always plan ahead. You gotta plan ahead. So, and then after that, friends. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, if any, public transportation is available to reach these sites, especially in inclement weather?
The Colt. But I don't like the Colt. I mean, I like the Colt, but I don't feel like they're, after 6, they're not available, and they're not available on Sundays. So, getting to those places is great during the week, but like if you have to work on the weekends or you have to work nights, that's been a huge barrier for me.
Just not conducive.
You can't work past 6. How do you get home? But
do you bike at all?
I have biked a couple times. Somebody stole my bike.
Oh.
But it's scary to me. Like it's not safe, I don't think. And if my bike was a little off and I knew it, and so that scared me, I definitely wore my helmet, but I didn't feel safe. So no, I don't think I would want to do that again.
Well, when you were biking, do you feel that Loveland is a good biking community?
Well,
is there?
No, not really, because there's I was trying to get downtown. There's nowhere for me to bike downtown. You can't be on the sidewalks, but if you're on,
that's true. There's no bike lanes.
So I got stuck with that. And my bike was a grocery getter, so I always had grocery things.
It's a what?
I always called it a grocery getter because I could go get groceries and put them on my pack.
Yeah.
And which made it a little more dangerous, really, because there's more weight on you. So I wouldn't want to do that again unless I had to.
Okay.
It worked for a while, but.
Have you ever had to find places to charge your cell phone?
I mean, yeah, when I was homeless for a while, that's why I went to the library.
Okay.
I actually think I've gone to the park a couple times, by the baseball fields.
Oh, Barnes.
I found a plug in there. I charged my phone there. So
I know some other folks to use that place too.
But also, whatever friends I was staying at, I would just make sure my charger was with me at all times, and every opportunity, waiting for the doctor or whatever, I'd charge it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good thinking. When you were biking, and now because you still don't have transportation, how much do you think you have biked or walked in a single day?
I mean, before when we were homeless, I would say 3 or 4 miles a day. Me, maybe not my kids, because I'd walk them to school and then I'd walk back and then I'd walk and go get them and walk, So, and then to get groceries and whatnot, to the stop by my house to get groceries, it was just under a mile to get to to the bus stop to get to the grocery store.
Okay.
So quite a bit. I did the most walking I've ever done during that period.
I've heard that.
With a broken leg.
Oh.
I'm just saying. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was when you had your broken leg too.
Well, it was still healing, and it was yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's,
I had just had surgery, remember?
yeah.
But and on the bright side, it's been really good physical therapy for my leg, and I can now walk pretty good on it. So.
One last question.
Okay.
What is your dream and wish for your future and for you and your family?
I always have in the back of my mind, I want my kids to have a home to come home to when they leave for college or have my grandbabies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like home ownership has always been a big motivator, and stability would be nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because
We're done.
I don't have that ever. So I am more I've been the
Michael, can you tell me what are the factors that have led you to be in homelessness currently?
I originally came up to Loveland to take care of my aging parents, and when they'd passed away, I just kind of found myself stuck here because other people in my life in the year previous had passed away, like my significant other, my boss, my best friend, and my whole support system kind of crashed in on me.
Yeah. Okay. What are the agencies that you currently go to?
The Salvation Army has been real important to me lately. The community kitchen and the front porch feed us, and I volunteer at the community kitchen once a month with my church group, and I really enjoy that.
And what about the library? Do you go there?
I go to the library almost on a daily basis to charge my phone or laptop.
I know that you said that you go to a community kitchen and front porch for the food stuff. What do you do at Salvation Army? What kind of services do they help you with there?
I'm working with Jesse from One Community, One Family for housing right now. And they have other supplementary items such as food items, clothing items, and stuff for showers or hygiene stuff.
And then for the library, you said that you charge your phone and computer there. What about any kind of other services that they offer? Have you
Well, at the library,
any of those?
at the library, I use their Wi-Fi and do job searches and watch funny pet videos and try and entertain myself through the many hours of the day and stay out of trouble. And I help people with their library services too sometimes. I help
very
new
nice.
people get library cards or, find things,
Awesome.
especially if they're part of the homeless community.
Yeah. So you've already kind of covered how these services assist you in your everyday life. But if they weren't here, what impact would that have on you?
I would probably be in another city, that had different resources. Not all cities have a homeless shelter or a night shelter, and some are overcrowded. And you just have to find what works for you. And without the services they have now, I would just prolong the homelessness that I'm, experiencing.
Do you feel that the library, I know that this isn't part of the questions, but do you feel that the library is a lot more supportive of the homeless community compared to other libraries that you may have been in the past?
The library in Loveland, they do have rules. There's no sleeping
Right.
in the library. They do let you snack or drink. You can chew gum.
Yeah.
Light conversation. They have security guards and people that check up on you periodically to make sure you're doing okay. Because it's hard to tell if you're sleeping or having a physical problem.
Right.
So they're pretty.
But they do let you guys be there,
Yeah,
right?
they let you be there most days. We had a closure for a snow day, and that was really hard on a lot of people because they
Yeah.
really
What did you
depend
do
on.
that day? And what
I
did
sat
other
in my
folks do?
truck. I sat in my truck and I went to the coffee shop, and they closed the coffee shop too. So I believe 137 was open all day that day.
Oh, good.
So I believe the night shelter stayed open an extra long shift to accommodate people during a blizzard, which is another good service.
So, I mean, that kind of goes into the next question about how do you cope on days where those locations are closed and what alternatives are available? Even regarding restroom use, what does that look like?
Well, on days that some of the locations are closed, you have to have, a plan B or a backup plan, or change your schedule a little bit, or sometimes just put down the laptop or the phone and just live life a little bit. And I go to church on Sundays when the library's closed. I know a lot of other people go to church that day, and the churches do help the homeless in more ways than you can count. Besides just spiritually, they're there helping out with things they need. And bathrooms are always a problem for homeless people. You have to kind of plan your schedule out around it, because a lot of places don't open till 5 or 6 in the morning, and they're closed at a certain time at night. And
How do you plan your restroom use?
I stay at the library a lot. I stay there, and I make my appointments accordingly. Job interviews, doctor's appointments, other things I do recreationally, volunteering. And during the day, it's not bad. It's just that, at nighttime, you want to make sure you don't overhydrate and have to go to the bathroom 10 times.
Yeah, because you cut yourself off, don't you? Don't you have a
Yeah,
time where you
I
cut
knock
yourself
off the caffeine drinks at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then I quit drinking water and stuff by 5 o'clock, and
Yeah.
that pretty much gets it out of my system. But you just, it's tough sometimes. The Chilton Center is another alternative people have on Saturdays and Sundays, and if you're well behaved, they'll let you stay there and watch TV, and it gives you a little roof over your head, especially in inclement weather. What else do we have?
As far as being in the OCOF program for rapid rehousing, which would be, as I know you mentioned that a little bit for Salvation Army, but what do you feel we have done to assist you?
Well, Jesse's helped me with my resume. We got that in order and updated, and we worked on some business cards for, the quick meet and greets on the street, so, you might not be carrying around a resume, but I can always carry around my business cards. A lot of job searching tactics and planning and alternatives to, don't just get caught up in one method. Try all the methods, see what works best for us. And a lot of just moral support, just keeping me on my toes every week. Yeah.
Thanks for that. What, if any, public transportation is available to reach these sites in inclement weather?
Well, the bus didn't close during the bus was running the whole time we had a blizzard, so I was surprised by that.
Me too.
Yeah, there are no buses on Sundays, so you're relegated to walking or bicycle or catching a ride with a friend, or if you're having medical issues, I believe you can get vouchers, to the hospital and stuff.
Those vouchers, is that through Medicaid?
Yeah, Medicaid vouchers.
I am going to stop this one because we're at 8 minutes. Mike, I know that you have a truck right now, but have you ever had to bike or walk in Loveland previously?
Yeah, I like to walk for the exercise.
Well, and how bike friendly would you say, or walking friendly would you say Loveland is?
Well, for me, it's real friendly because I don't like to spend a lot of money on gas when I can walk or ride my bike. I do have a bike in the back of my truck, and if it's more than a mile or two, instead of walking, I will ride my bike instead.
Okay.
But the traffic in Loveland's very friendly. cars stop even when there's not a stop sign, which is a real eye opener for me coming from a big city. I'm not used to that much kindness, so it's
What
pretty
big
safe.
city is that?
Well, Denver.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Down in Denver, they'll run you over if you're 2 inches outside the lines.
Okay.
Up here, like I said, they're real accommodating. I believe you can even take your bike inside the bus on some buses, and some buses will carry your bike for you too.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you had an experience on a Denver bus.
Oh yeah, I lost a bike off of a Denver bus because you're not allowed to lock them to the bus, and some guy got off and
And
rode my bike away for me.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. That's right. How do you stay connected with any families currently? You know?
With well, let's see, with family, friends, employers, and services. Well, the internet, Facebook, and Obama phones is the way most people stay connected. I don't particularly have much family. I had my friend Dave Moorhead bring me a phone book from Steamboat Springs because I do have some relatives up there. I've corresponded with them old school by letter because that's the way our family is.
Is that the only time you stay connected with them?
Yeah, they're all grown up, you know. I'm grown up too, and I try not to worry them. There's not much they could do for me. I don't think. Just it's just nice to know you have family somewhere.
Yeah. What about job interviews and service agencies? How do you stay connected with those kind of places?
The same thing, you know, internet mostly. Sometimes the phone. I'm not a real big phone guy. I see people that are completely addicted to it, ruining their lives and not living at all. So that's just one more thing I just don't need, really. I use it as a resource, not a crutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I check it a couple times a day.
You have a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And then, so what would you say are the best places to charge that?
If you have no money, your best bet's the library or the front porch or the kitchen, you know, when you're having lunch. Or at night, you just gotta have some way, like an extra battery or something to,
Okay.
if you're gonna watch movies or something on your phone.
There's nowhere to charge at night?
Chilton Center, you could probably charge your batteries there for a few hours,
Yeah.
but they close at 9:30. But most homeless people sleep, you know, as soon as it gets dark, they get as much sleep as they can.
Okay.
You know, but not much open where you can charge. I believe you can charge your stuff at Walmart by the front doors
Okay.
where the soda machines are at.
Oh, inside?
Yeah, inside. They're
Okay.
open 24 hours in case there's an emergency or something. There's no more 24-hour laundromat because people would go up there and charge their stuff
Yeah.
up. But, you know, just gotta ration your time out. Yeah.
Yeah, you would really have to plan for that stuff too, huh?
I charge my laptop up at the library and then listen to an audiobook before I go to sleep usually. Yeah.
When you were walking, or even today, you know, when you said that you bike sometimes or walk to conserve your gas, how many miles would you say on the longest day where you've ridden your bike or walked? How many miles would you say you've done in a day?
An average walking day for me is probably 2.5 to 3.5 miles a day is an average day. If I go with my friend Gary walking his dog, it could be 10 miles.
Oh, wow.
He walks the dog a lot, and he does a lot of walking around. So when I ride my bike, it's usually just for exercise, and I don't know how many miles. I usually just get on a path and go somewhere, have lunch, turn around, come back.
Okay.
You know, it's usually in hours. You know, I usually do about 3 hours.
And that's all pretty close together because
Yeah.
it's all pretty downtown.
Yeah, I can ride up to 7 lakes and turn around and come back. You know.
Ooh, is that a good drive?
Yeah, from
Good
the
bike ride?
library you can take a path all the way from the library past H&S, past Walmart,
I didn't
up to
realize
Seven
that.
Lakes, and then turn around, come back. It's a nice ride.
All right. Well, last but not least, Michael, what are the dreams and wishes you have for yourself?
My dreams and wishes have always been just to find a job that'll pay the bills and a nice, safe place to live. Something with a wage that will permit me to pay the high rent in this town right now.
Yeah.
Starting to think I'm going to have to retire in Wyoming or Nebraska.
Yeah, housing's a little bit cheaper there, huh?
Yeah, housing's cheaper, and
Yeah.
the dollar goes a little farther.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. If you need to edit any of those next week, if they're, they sound funny or.
In leaving, we hope you have gained a new awareness from the voices of those that experience homelessness in their daily existence. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Scout Finch comes to the realization that Boo Radley is not the scary monster that the neighborhood believes him to be. She says, "Atticus, he was real nice." Most people are, Scout, when you finally see them. Those of us at One Community, One Family hope that as you walked a mile in their shoes, you are now more fully aware and more fully able to see the problem created by homelessness in northern Colorado. Thank you.